The phrase that ruins you is earn while you sleep, and you find it the way everyone finds it, at 1 in the morning, on your phone, in the blue dark of a bedroom you are renting in a life you are tired of. A man on the screen is standing in front of a car you will never own, and he is telling you that money can come in while you do nothing, that there are people whose bank accounts grow overnight, who wake up richer than they went to bed, and you lie there in the dark and you feel something crack open in your chest that is part hope and part resentment, because you work 50 hours a week and you wake up exactly as poor as you fell asleep. You want what he has. You do not yet understand that he is not selling you passive income. He is selling you the dream of it, which is the only part of it that is actually free. You try the easy ways first. Everyone tries the easy ways first. You start a store that sells phone cases you have never touched, shipped from a warehouse you will never see, and for 3 weeks you refresh the sales page like a man checking a pulse, and the pulse never starts. You make $11 and spend $400. You quit. You buy a coin because a stranger online is certain, and the certainty is intoxicating, right up until the morning the number is half of what it was, and you learn that the feeling of money coming in while you sleep has an evil twin, which is the feeling of money leaving while you sleep, and that the second one visits far more often than the first. You buy a course from the man in front of the car. The course tells you to make a course. You begin to suspect the whole thing is a snake eating its own tail, and somewhere in the wreckage of those first attempts you almost give up on the idea entirely, the way most people do, concluding that passive income is a lie told by people who got rich selling the lie. But it is not a lie. You had simply misunderstood the word. You thought passive meant effortless. You thought it meant money without work. And the thing nobody selling the dream will ever tell you, because it does not fit on a thumbnail, is that passive income is not income without work. It is income where the work comes first, all of it, in a single brutal lump, paid in advance, long before the first dollar ever arrives. It is not money for nothing. It is the most front-loaded money there is. The man in front of the car was not lying about the sleeping. He was lying about the part that comes before it. So you stop looking for the thing that pays you for nothing, and you start looking for the thing you are willing to overpay for now, so that it can pay you back later. You are good at one thing, it turns out, a small and specific thing. You understand how a particular piece of software works better than almost anyone because you used it for 6 years at a job you hated, and the hating taught you every corner of it. People struggle with this software. People pay when they are desperate enough for someone to show them how. And you realize that the knowledge that has been trapped inside your own head, earning you nothing but a salary, could be poured into a thing that exists outside your head and earns money without you standing next to it. You build it at night. This is the part the dream leaves out, and it is the whole story. For 11 months you come home from the 50-hour job and you work a second job that pays you nothing. A course, a real one. Every lesson recorded twice because the first take is always bad. Every common problem documented. Every confusing corner explained in the patient voice of a man who remembers being confused. You miss things. You miss the easy evenings. You record a lesson on a Saturday when your friends are at the lake. You feel for almost a year exactly like the broke man you were before, except more tired, because now you have 2 jobs and the income of 1. There is no money. There is only the building, and the temptation to quit every single week because the work is real and the reward is theoretical, and theoretical rewards are very hard to get out of bed for. You launch it on a Tuesday in March to almost total silence. 3 people buy it the first week. 3. After 11 months, you make $141, and you do the math on your hourly rate for the year of nights, and it is a number so small it is almost an insult, and this is the moment. Precisely here, where 99 out of 100 people delete the thing and tell themselves they always knew it would not work. But you have learned one thing the failures taught you, which is that the flat part of the curve is not the end of the story. It is the price of admission to the rest of it, so you do not delete it. You fix the parts the 3 buyers complained about. You make it a little better. You wait. And the strangest thing begins to happen, slowly, the way the most important things always happen. Too slowly to photograph. The 3 buyers tell 2 people each. One of them mentions it somewhere with a large audience. The thing you built, which sat nearly motionless for 2 months, sells 4 copies in a day, then 9. Then it has a week where it sells 1 every few hours. and you're at your 50-hour job watching the notifications arrive on your phone like rain starting, and the feeling is not greed. The feeling is vertigo, because the work is already done. You did the work in the dark 11 months ago, and the work is out there now, repeating itself, helping a stranger at a moment when you are not present and could not be. Doing the thing you did once, again and again, without you. The night it truly lands is not a night you are watching the numbers. It is a night you are at your daughter's school recital, in a folding chair in a gymnasium that smells like floor polish and nervous children, watching her stand in the third row of a choir and mouth the words to a song she did not quite learn, and your phone buzzes in your pocket and you do not look at it because you have made a rule about that, and you keep your eyes on your kid. And later, in the car, you check it, and while you were sitting in that folding chair being nowhere but exactly where you should have been, the thing you built sold 11 copies to 11 strangers in 4 countries, and earned you more in those 90 minutes than your job paid you for the entire day. And you sit in the parking lot of the school and you understand, finally and completely, what the word was always supposed to mean. Passive income is not income without work. It is work you already did, paid out on a delay, arriving at the exact moment you have chosen to be somewhere that matters more. You build the second one faster because now you know the shape of it, the second course, the templates, the small tool that solves the one problem everybody in your field complains about. Each one is the same deal. A season of unpaid nights, a flat and discouraging launch, and then, if the thing is genuinely useful and you do not quit during the silence, a long, slow tail of money that arrives whether you are working or sleeping or sitting in a folding chair. You stack them. By the 3rd year, you have 4 of these things, and together they make, in a month, more than your salary, and the math finally tips. And on an ordinary Thursday, you walk into the 50-hour job and you give your notice, not with a speech, just with a folded letter and a steady hand, and you walk out into a weekday afternoon that belongs for the first time in your adult life, entirely to you. But here's the part you did not expect, the part that reorders how you think about all of it. The freedom is not the money. The money is large and the money is real, but the money is not the thing. The thing is that you have decoupled your survival from your hours. You have built a life in which the question, what do I do today, is no longer answered by what am I paid to do today. You can be sick for a week and not lose a week's pay. You can take the Tuesday afternoon and not ask anyone. You can be in the folding chair at every single recital for the rest of her childhood, because the work that feeds you is already done. Was done years ago by a tired younger version of you who sacrificed his easy evening so that this version of you could sit in a gymnasium and be fully, unhurriedly present. It is 1 a.m. again, and you are on your phone in the blue dark, the same as the night this all started, except you are not lying awake wanting someone else's life. You are looking at a notification that says something sold while you were brushing your teeth, and you feel no vertigo now, only the quiet satisfaction of a man collecting on a debt his younger self chose to be owed. The man in front of the car was right that money can come in while you sleep. He just never told you the truth that would have actually helped, which is that you cannot sleep your way to it. You have to earn it first, all of it, wide awake, in the dark, for a long time, with no proof it will work. And then, and only then, does it begin to pay you back, quietly, for years, in the form of the one thing you actually wanted all along, which was never the money. It was the time. It was the right to be somewhere that matters while the work you already did takes care of the rest. You did not get rich by earning while you slept. You got free by working while everyone else slept, once hard, years ago, and letting that single season of sacrifice buy back every ordinary evening for the rest of your life.